Hapon. So, Lily, what are you doing?
I'm,
Birdman.
Well, it was an umbrella, but then I got carried away, okay?
So, we're currently here. Sorry, I have an itch on my face. We're currently here on the top, not the top of the mountain, but...
We're basically living in the clouds.
Yeah, we're at the end of the cement. So, this is as far as the motorcycles will take us. So, we have a lot of investigators up here.
And we're really, really wet in the rain.
Yeah, so I stuck my umbrella in front of the motorcycle driver at one point because it's clear, and it worked. So that's what that picture is. Ang hapon.
But rain or shine.
Yeah, we work anyways. Get soaking wet. Same with all the pamphlets in our bag.
And my camera and my watch.
Everything. Even my Spider-Man watch. That Spider-Man fell off of and I'm pissed. I'll just buy another one. It was like 30 cents. Anyways, living life in the Philly.
In the clouds.
Ala na kami sa ibabaw sa bukid. Ari si Bobo. Ano nga na mo, Bobo?
Ako si Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow. Siya si Jack Sparrow. Kag si Elder Bobo. Basa sa. Kaya buhay siya payong. Kaya hindi siya nagbakal. Kay Bobo sa. Hindi siya nagbakal. Even sang ara kami sa Bacolod, hindi siya nagbakal sang payong.
Weh.
Bobo. So mara ko payong halin sa 7-Eleven. Kag nami sa. Kay bakod. Kag balato lang. Kay plastic lang sa. Pero namin kay see-through sa. Te. Ano nang tunan mo how? Kinala mo magbakal sang payong sa dason.
Hindi, kinahanan ko lang nature.
Ano?
Usaran ko lang nature.
Gusto niya maggamit sang nature. Kono.
May mountain man ako.
Alright, so welcome to Minoyan. We currently have a rat the size of a legit cat, and we're about to kill it. We've been waiting weeks to do it, and we finally got all of his hiding places down. He's about to come out of there, dude. He's not in that blue Where is he?
He was hiding in the corner. We should have shot him while we had the chance.
Where is he? Wait.
He's still in there.
I don't have eyes.
What's it?
Hold it. Yeah, that. See in the corner? Where's he at? I'm gonna shoot right over there. Oh, there he is!
Wow, he's at speed again.
Doing it again.
Alright, here. Switch me.
Okay, now he's taking the gun and I have a water bottle. Throw it. Look at that. Oh gosh. He's right there.
What the?
He's like laying on the... You flinch, you're like, open. Alright, open the... Oh, there he is. Oh, shoot. There he is.
Throw it.
He's trying to get down there. Alright. Hey, come here again. You see that? That's his passage. Under this mat, there's a drainage pipe that goes into the floor. He's the legit size of a cat. Now we have him on video. Wait, now you have both. Alright, I'm just the cameraman now. Go! Do it again! He's going to the fridge! We're gonna get a noise complaint, dude. We're gonna get a noise complaint.
I like to throw it and then cock my gun and then throw it again.
This place is not soundproof. Our house echoes through the entire neighborhood. Everyone else lives in wooden huts in this place. We're gonna get a noise complaint. We know that our neighbors hate us. We've been told many times.
And the cat rat is hiding in our fridge.
It is. Oh shoot. What? What the frick?
I could end up shooting you on accident.
Where's he at? We're doomed. We're gonna get the noise complete big time. Unscrewed and the top shaking. My Nutella fell. Maybe he's in this wood thing?
I'm sliding it out a little bit. Ready?
Do it. You ready? What? I'm gonna live cam this. Shoot a bullet in there. Oh, there's a tiki man.
Alright, we're coming out a little bit more. The Book of Mormons.
Oh, the Book of Mormons fell. Frick. Wait, is he like in that little compartment in the fridge?
Maybe. I don't see him underneath.
I'm gonna start poking here. Because he's good at jumping. Here we go, here we go. Yeah, dude, here we got people out there.
I nailed him.
Where's he at? Oh, there he is. He's right there. I can't.
Can I hit him?
Yeah. Aim. Fire. He's trying to get up there. There we go. Move. Don't wait. He's in that corner.
No! Stop on it, frick.
Oh my gosh. No. He got in there. No.
That's nasty.
Frick. He got in there. He's gonna try to come back for revenge.
And all our water bottles are broken.
Yeah, I just shattered that water bottle. He's long gone now. So that proves the point that he was coming through that hole.
Yep.
Because he's trying to get it in it the whole time. That's how he escaped. But the thing is with the rats is that they're really smart, and apparently they like to get revenge. So they're gonna want to get revenge on us now, or it's going. So it's gonna want to try to. It's gonna try to eat all of our stuff, whether it's food or socks or anything. So the rats are evil here in the Philippines. They do that. And it is now 10:48.
And if it makes you feel any better,
The entire neighborhood's awake.
and my watch is touchscreen.
And mine used to have Spider-Man on it, but then it fell off. But if you open it, on the inside, there's still Spider-Man in there.
And mine is touchscreen.
And there is Spider-Man on the inside. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. But yeah, that's all we got. I'm sorry we didn't kill the rat. We'll try our best next time. We'll put something on top of that hole.
And we'll see you again, round 2.
I'll put a water jug on that hole next time.
Isda to na ano mo to? Mga kwato lang balaswata. Ang kwan lang mga to, mga kwan ano
And
kanino.
there's just a kid grabbing it.
Kwato.
That's a lie. That's not dead. It's a... Be, di-abre mo ang iyong baba.
Cobra.
Grabe yun. Buhi sagid. Grabe gid. Oh frick! Hi! That's a lot of rain! Yeah, we're getting wet now! I did not. No. I found cover. He has not found cover yet.
I'm not sure she has a payong.
She's a lot smarter than we are. I left my umbrella at a member's house, and we're very regretting it right now.
I'm really wet again.
Yeah.
I think this is video number 4 for this week.
Yeah. We're gonna get some more umbrellas.
That butterfly over there in the rain is dying. Wait, is that a video again?
Yeah.
Do a close up on the butterfly.
Where is it?
The yellow's being stuck in this room.
Oh, there's a butterfly. Oh, my battery died. This is a wedding in the Philippines.
Kata mikrofon bla, kapag abati on sa mga tingog ni Eric Santos.
Okay. There's 2 in there with blonde hair and like that look white, and their last names are both Constantino.
Din ka. Din ka magkato.
Pero mulog
Hindi.
What the heck?
Din ka magkakato da. Pinsan. Naman. Why na? Hindi? Ano nasa? Ano nasa? Hindi? Hindi.
Sige na, kiss the bride. Kiss the bride. Sige na. Okay, congratulations, no? Mr. and Mrs.
Promise I'll give you the best.
Selfie?
That's our branch president. Why? So I have a lot of stuff to write in my journal that I'm not going to write in my journal because there's a lot of it, and I'd rather just talk. So earlier today, we're up here in Minoyan, and earlier today we had a wedding, and it was great, and we had to do so much to get it done. We legit did all the work with a member, Brother Ken, and we literally paid for all the paperwork and did all the paperwork. Had to go to Bacolod and Mersha twice, or like 3 times, to get paperwork done, and had to wait for things and blah blah blah. There's so much stuff that got in the way. Even in the end, the bishop, one day before the wedding, he committed to do the wedding for us, to do the legal stuff, you know, like the actual marriage part. And is this on? Yeah, it's low bat though. I'll try. He like literally the day before, even though he committed, says, "Hey, by the way, I can't come in the morning at 10 o'clock to do the marriage because I have a surprise meeting to go to. So, but I can be there in the afternoon." So we're like, "Are you kidding me? What are you talking about? You committed this." So he was way late. We ended up moving the marriage to 1, but even then he showed up at 2:30. So we stalled for a long time, and we just decided to start without him. And so Ken, poor Ken, was speaking, and he was the last line of like stuff to do during the meeting, the marriage and stuff. He was a speaker. He was the last line before Bishop had to be there and do stuff. And it's not our bishop; it's a bishop from a different ward, because he's the guy who has marriage paperwork or like ability to how do you do that in English? Ability to marry people, something, I don't know. And so he had a talk. He was going to do it for like 5 minutes. Ended up being like 40 minutes, and he kind of just rambled on about the proclamation of the family thing. What's that called? I don't know. The family thing, like the proclamation of the world, but the family. Yeah, that's what it's called. And so he just kind of shared about that, and it was good, but it was so funny that kind of like I could tell that he was trying to go on and on. And I actually have a pretty cool story. I'll write it tomorrow of what happened when he kind of lost a train of thought, and I had to kind of wake up and help him. It was weird, but I'll write that tomorrow, or in 2 days. And I'm going to cut this one real quick, and then so they're not crazy long. Okay. Anyway, so it all went well. They ended up getting married. They're not technically married because they don't have their license, but they did the... yeah.
My garments.
He's in his garments. Gordo.
Yeah.
Tapos na sa?
Huh?
Nagluto ka sa... Did you heat up the water?
I'm probably not you.
Really? Oh. Because I need a shower.
So basi hindi?
Basi hindi. Gutom sa?
Aman yung basi hindi. I might just take it to his house.
Okay, put it... Yeah, probably... Yeah, I'll probably take it to his house. Because I'm going to shower. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, it went well. And, they ended up getting the ceremony done, and we went to their house. I have a huge headache because the music was so freaking loud, and our president, not mission president, branch president. Okay, my battery died, and now it's back. And I just looked at the video to remember what I said. Branch president was singing, and it sounded like a dying duck, and so my voice, because he doesn't know how to go into falsetto, and so my headache was terrible. It's okay now. And then here's Zelda. He's in his garments, but he's trying to go to bed. I told him you can't go to bed yet because I have to do my little journal entry because I'm way too lazy to write because my hand will catch on fire.
Woo!
And there's his foot. And so yeah, the wedding went well. We finally got it all finished because of us. Because of us three, Ken and us two. We were legit the ones that did all the work, all the paperwork, we literally even paid for the paperwork, which is like a lot of pesos. We ended up just giving them like 600 pesos out of our personal funds, just saying like, we'll get it done. Anyways, so that was our gift to them, and they were very grateful, but it sucked at the same time. And anyways, that all went well and dandy. And I'm just gonna might as well tell the story because I don't want to write it tomorrow. What happened when Ken was talking, meanwhile when we were waiting for the dumb bishop to get there, was I'm sitting there at the piano bench. So I'm like at the front because I play the electric piano. I kind of just press a key and it plays a song. So and so I'm sitting there and I'm like almost falling asleep because I love Ken, but I'm dying here. And so I'm kind of falling asleep, and then I don't know why all of a sudden I just get like this crazy like thrill, and I like wake up immediately. And I'm like, what's happening? And I don't know why. Like we're still at the wedding, Ken's still talking. And I didn't fall all the way asleep, but I just like wake up and I'm like completely awake. And then I look at Ken, and he's holding up 3. And then he goes like this. He's like, and he looks over at me. So as if he has like some kind of question, and he looks over at me. Like I didn't know what was happening, but so he holds up the 3. He goes, and he looks over at me, and I say, provide. And I'm like, what just came out of my mouth? Why did I just say the word provide? And then Ken goes, provide. And then he keeps going into his lesson. I was so confused, but then later I found, like, when he's talking, he's teaching, what he was doing was he was saying like 3 P's. A father's duty is to protect, preside, and provide. But he couldn't think of the third thing, because he's saying it in English, which he's pretty good at English, but he forgot it. So he goes, protect, preside, and... he looks over at me, and I just say, provide. And it was the weirdest thing. I wasn't listening at all. I was like legit half asleep. And I wake up, I'm like, why am I awake? What's happening? And then he looks at me, and I just yelled, provide. It was the craziest thing. I've never felt more like a tool of God in my entire life. Like we always say, like, oh yeah, we're tools in God's hand. But at that point, like, when that happened, I was like, I'm not in control of my own body. And so that was really weird. It freaked me out because I was not even subconsciously there. It was legit just like spirits like, wake up, you got to say provide to remind him or else he's not going to remember. So that's crazy, right? Don't fall asleep.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, he says. Anyways, I'm a little bad again. Frick, I hate this. My camera battery's, I think, pooping out. It doesn't last over a day anymore, and I don't do anything with it. And so we're coming back from the thing, from the party thing, the wedding party, up at the top of the mountain, and so we're all walking down, kind of like a group, and we're with the bishop, or not bishop, the president, the branch president, and his counselors and like families and stuff. And this one motorcycle comes in. That's how we ride. That's how we get around. Is we there's two people that hop on the back of a motorcycle and they go. I keep checking if the battery's still going. And so the branch president and his first counselor are like, "Okay, we have stuff to do at the church, so we're gonna hop on first. If that's all right." And so they hop on first and they go down. And so we're all walking down, and all of a sudden, everyone like starts running. They were all ahead of us. We're like, "What's happening?" We go. And there's like a bike the motorcycle is crashed into this fence. This is like kind of not too much of a ways down, but motorcycles into the fence, and our branch president sitting on a rock, like petting his knee, and then his first counselor, there's like a bunch of people around him, but he's like sitting on a rock or something. So I go over and I see he has blood all over him, and he has like a hole in his head right here, but he has like leaves in it. Like leaves and like cotton balls in his head. And I'm like, what is happening? And so we're trying to communicate to people. A bunch of nanais are freaking out. And we're like trying to tell them to calm down. Like, because the other two guys who are hurt are fine. But everyone else is freaking out. So we're trying to calm everyone down. And tell them to shut up because they're being loud. And I'm talking to the guy with the hole in his head. I'm like, what happened? And what's in your head? And the freaking Filipinos, all the Filipinos here think that they're doctors. Like anything bad happens, like you got a rash, you got something, they just go into doctor mode and they think they know what's best for you. So I guess some chick got up leaves from some crapping tree and like cut it up and stuck it in his head to stop the bleeding, and then stuck cotton balls in his head. And apparently it was pretty deep. I didn't see it before. But I get there, and there's just green crap on his head and cotton balls. It was the weirdest thing, and he's got blood everywhere on his shirt and like a lot. And so, but I asked him, like, are you feeling okay? He's like, I'm feeling fine. So I give him a fist bump. I'm like, yeah, you're backward as frick, which means like you're tough. And so yeah, then him and President then get driven to the hospital. Not in an ambulance, but then a different bike driver came and took him and drove slower. But I guess like the brakes stuck and like slammed, and they kind of lost control because there was like a kid that ran in front of them, and then they hit the fence to stop. I don't know what happened. I didn't get the full information. That was crazy. We just keep going. We go and teach a bunch of lessons, and it was great. So that was our day today, and we've had a good time here in Minoyan. And yeah, so we had to deal with a wedding. We had a guy with a hole in his head, and President might have broken his leg, it looks like. And, yeah, we've been not baptizing yet, but we have one this coming week, and hopefully 3 the week after that, and we're trying to line up the others.
Woo!
Woo! But work's going great. We're trying our best. The spirit's insane. Even though we're not baptizing quite yet, it's getting there. And the stories that we have that I haven't written down. There's a lot, but some pretty crazy stories of like we just meet random people, or random people let us in for no reason. Like we go and we're like Tagbalay, which is like ringing a doorbell. And then some nanay comes and answers the door and she's like, come in. Doesn't know us at all. We're 2 white dudes just wearing ties. Like she's like, yeah, come in. I don't know why. That happens all the time. So we just walk into strangers' houses all the time. It was pouring balls the other day. And we got soaking wet, and now Elder Lee has this like rash all over his body. I don't know what it's from, whether it's a rain, but he's happy about it. So I told him it's about time, because I've had rashes for weeks, and now he finally has one. But his doesn't have blisters, so that's good. It's just like a rash. But yeah, so he's currently dying in bed. I'm gonna go take a shower, freezing shower, because the water here in Minoyan is from the mountains. It's river water that just gets. We have like hookups to the river, and the water is ice cold. It's freezing, and so I'm gonna go take an ice freezing bucket shower. And yeah, it's our life here up in the Minoyan. Anyways, I don't think I told our cooking story. Maybe I'll stop this. I don't know how much battery power I have left. And tell our story about how we kept the Sabbath day holy. Because it's amazing. I'm going to turn this one off. Alright, so here's the story. I'm going to try to do this without the battery dying. Here's the story of how we kept the Sabbath day holy. So, on Saturday, we bought food for Sunday so that we could cook on Sunday. Because we can't, that's part of the Sabbath day, it's part of the Kasuguan, is you can't buy food, you can't buy anything on Sunday. So, we buy on Saturday. Sunday comes around, we're cooking the rice in one, we have like a stove with two things, and it's hooked up to gas, like a big tank of gas, like propane. And so we're cooking, and Lee's doing his thing, and the rice is half cooked, and the you call it sudan, which is like rice topping, is like half cooked as well. And all of a sudden, Elder Lee sees the fire just kind of like go like smaller and smaller until it just goes out. And he's like, crap, what? And he tries to turn it on. Nothing. Of course, the freaking propane is out. It's gone. So we're trying to think all ahead. We're like, yeah, buying on Saturday, woo! And then the next day we can't cook. We're half cooked. We can't eat the rice. It's only half cooked. And you can't just eat a thing of sudan. And so we're like, okay, well, we know that God, because we just taught this lesson the day before, God gives a way for us to accomplish every single one of His commandments. So, let's think for a second, where's the way? Where is the way that we can do this? Because we need to eat. God wants us to eat, but He doesn't want us to buy stuff. We could easily go out to the Chungi across the street, in a little shop across the way, just right outside our house, and buy stuff, like different food or something. But we're like, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to buy anything. So, we're like, hey, how can we cook it? How can we make fire? Fire is the first thing. And Lee's like, well, we can go outside and break some trees and branches and get some wood and make a fire. Okay. Literally the second he stops his sentence, it starts pouring rain. So all the wood's wet. So, okay, that's not going to work. And so, sorry, I keep checking the battery. And then, so I'm like, okay, what else do we got? And so we kind of sit there and think for a second. I'm like, oh, freak, I think we have some charcoal here that Ken left. I think we have a bag of charcoal. So I look outside, and yet, believe it or not, there's a bag of charcoal. It's like, sweet, we can cook with this. But we don't have a thing to hold the charcoal. We don't have like a little like clay pot, which is what they usually use here, to hold the charcoal and then have the pot on top so it's not on the charcoal to heat up. So what we do is we go and we get 2 old cans that are like in the garbage. We have in the corner over here. We don't throw away garbage, you just burn it, I guess. So we just burn our garbage here. So I go and there's 2 burnt cans. They're like this big. So I have those as my stands and I put the charcoal underneath. But then we're like, okay, we need to light on fire. We don't have any matches. Okay, we did have matches. We had a box. We found a box of matches. It was in my bag. And it had 4 matches in this box. So we're like, okay, Boy Scout time. Let's do this. We're both Eagle Scouts. That means nothing. We didn't get this fire going. Took us 4 matches, got nothing. And so we're like, okay, well, we got the charcoal. We can't start the fire. What are we going to do? Like, we've done everything we can, and how are we going to do this? Like, and we sit there, and there's no matches. There's no way to start a fire in this. There's not any, stone to hit against each other to make fire or anything. So I'm like, you know what? I bet if I go next door and just ask the neighbors if we can just borrow some matches, they'll give it to us. So I go next door. I say, hey, can I borrow like 1 match? I don't know why I said 1, but they're like, here, just take a box. And that's a chungi. That's like a little store. They sell those things, but she just gave it to us. And she didn't even ask, like, come on, it's just 5 pesos. Can you give me 5 pesos? She just gave it to us. So it was okay, that's awesome. So I go, I'm like, woo! We got a matchbox. We got a whole thing of it, so we can start the fire. start burning old planters and start catching fires, and we got the charcoal burning really hot, and we got it, and we ended up being able to cook not only our rice, but we also cooked the rice topping. We ate a good meal. And it was totally worth it. It totally camping, after like a hard day of work, hiking, you go and you cook that little bag of crap food, dehydrated food, but it tastes so good. That's how it was. Like, it felt like, it tasted like camping food. Just like, man, this was so deserving. Like, we had to go through so much crap. It took us like 2 hours, but we did it. And then after that, about a day later, we figure out in the house, the whole time, we had a rice cooker. We thought it was broken because it was in the corner all dusty. We have a rice cooker. Not only can you cook rice, but you can put other pots in there to heat up and like boil water or cook food. So that was, I'm sure, like the will of the way. We just found the second will of the way. And so, yeah, that's our story about how we were able to cook food and keep the Sabbath day holy. So, kids, next time you just want to go buy food on Sunday, which I did all the time at home, and I didn't really realize that was not okay. Well, my mom told me, but anyways, don't buy stuff on Sunday. Figure out a way to do it without buying. I mean, y'all in America just have just plethoras of food in your house, and multiple ways to cook it. Like a microwave. I haven't seen a microwave in decades. But yeah, so you don't have that problem. But maybe you need to buy something else on a different Sunday. So find a different way to do it without buying stuff. Because we did. And we're in the junky Philippines. So yeah, that's our story. Thanks for watching the movie. The prodigal son returns. Walking to church. The man, the myth, the legend. Kumusta?
Okay lang.
Say hello. Elder, what you doing, mate? What you doing? What's this you got here? What the frick is that? We got some chow spinning in there. This is how we cook soup in the Philippines when you don't have any gas. Because it frickin' ran out. Yeah, boy. This is how you fan a fire in the Philippines. Now I have to shake it because if I don't, that happens. So we're currently sitting here at the our lunch table, about to eat some soup. And we started burning the garbage over there in the corner. And then Elder Lee goes, "Wow, look at the milk jug that you put in. It's really big." I look over, and then there's this giant explosion that's like a huge firework. We can't hear anything right now.
Freaking loud.
Crazy loud.
My ears are still ringing.
Stuff flies into the air. And we're like, "What was that?" And then we smell the air. It was an Axe bottle that I threw in there that I guess some elder left an Axe bottle here. It was empty. So I threw it in there, and now it's sitting in there. You probably can't see it, but it's just obliterated. It's that golden thing right there in the middle. But yeah, it's just obliterated now.
My ears are still ringing.
And we can't hear crap. So, just a little update. Just letting you know we're deaf.
And we're eating soup.
And we're eating soup. Bye, Mom. Moms.
Love you.
Alright, here we go.
When you're starving,
Take number 1.
when you're starving in the Philippines, and all you have is a rock and a tree.
Watch it,